share with you this week the words of Dean and Vice President of the Moravian Theological Seminary in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Frank Crouch, his reflection on our epistle reading for this coming Sunday from Romans chapter 12. He draws our attention first to the word therefore in verse 1, and he talks about how it points to the essential link between Paul's admonitions and their theological basis. You see, Paul has spent chapters 9 through 11 exploring core elements of God's relationship with humanity, God's perpetual call to life, humanity's resistance, and how humans can find our way back to God, the God who always desires our return. And Paul says at the end of his exploration that it all depends. We all depend on the unflagging mercies of God, from whom, through whom, and to whom are all things. So Paul continues by saying, I appeal to you, therefore, by the mercies of God. It's another way of recalling the center of the law, the prophets, the writings, and the gospel. Paul calls us to keep God's unending mercies ever before us, to write that down, tie it on our foreheads, write it on the door frames of our houses, teach it to our children, talk about it all day long, and ponder it through the night, as Deuteronomy 11 says. Paul calls us to live by an essential truth, stated elsewhere with different language, but describing the exact same thing. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and your neighbor as yourself. Faith, hope, and love abide, these three, and the greatest of these is love. For God so loved the world. And everyone who loves is born of God and knows God, for God is love. All our forward motion should proceed out of that enduring reality. Thanks be to God. I look forward to seeing you in worship.